Nah. Yeah, we'll do this. Play. Not that one. Bound in human flesh and inked in human blood, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, also known as Book of the Dead. It was found in the Dead Sea by 3 podcasters who decided to play the tape and bring upon evil unto this world. Hi everybody, I'm Pumpkin Jack today, and to join with...
Don't worry, the evil is strictly audio.
That's what those kids said.
Right? Yeah. Also, today it wouldn't have been a cassette tape. It would have been a YouTube video.
Oh God, why must you remind me of how uncool things are nowadays?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's something more ominous and creepy.
Sometimes when I'm watching a movie that's more than a decade old, I often do wonder how would it be made differently today, and it always ends up being disappointing in its difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why that thing I'm working on, I dated it in 2006. I'm like, look, I could date it today, but it's going to suck if I date it today. Let me just go back to
We've talked a little bit about this before on the podcast, because I think part of the reason I don't like cell phones in movies, like whenever I see a cell phone in a movie, or more like a smartphone, really. When I see a smartphone in a movie, I'm like, oh, come on. Can we get back to the real world? Because I still haven't quite accepted the fact of smartphones. That might be part of it. Part of it might be just that I'm an old man. But what we talked about before is that they lower the stakes. There's less isolation, there's less danger. They limit the possibility for tense situations, or it's just like screenwriters have to adapt to it, viewers have to adapt to it. There's ways in which you can experience danger with smartphones. I understand, yes, but I still think that overall everyday life is less dangerous. There's less potential for danger than there used to be, and I think that movies might suffer from it.
They are suffering from it already, in my opinion.
And see, but what's good for us, what's good for real life is bad for movies. And in the end, I'll take movies that aren't as good for a better real life, but, there you have it.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I'm in that camp too. Like, I'm in the... That light went all the way off. I'm also, like, in the philosophy when I see... it. I'll tell you what I used to despise seeing when I was in high school. Whenever they would mention an iPod, I don't know why, that would always rub me the wrong fucking way. Oh, do you have your iPod? Yes, I have my iPod. It's just like, why do you sound so disjointed when you say iPod? I don't get it. I really just don't get why it sounds so fucking weird when you say it. It sounds so unnatural. It sounds more natural than this. Then I've had the soundboard muted, Bolt. You're not allowed to do it on the podcast.
Now that sound is an abomination of nature. Imagine what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wait.
Anyway, we didn't do our introductions.
Yes,
I'm sometimes known as Red.
Yes.
And I am rebooting Bolt because, good lord, it's been a bit, and I feel like very laggy. Like you just like real lag in like real life. It makes no sense.
I know what you feel, what you're going through. It's like I'm back at work full time again, especially with like the snowstorm had us like knocked out for a long time. Couldn't do much. So now that it's like we're reactivated again, it's just like a very hard bog to slog getting back into getting full time cases. Like, oh, 5 today. Great. Why am I so tired? why am I so tired? That's why
am I so tired?
I should be excited. Be back at hitting the thing again. And I'm just tired. But
yeah.
So, Evil Dead.
Well, your
Introductions. They're all did. Yes, we all did our introductions. God damn it, we are disorganized today as fuck.
Okay, you're getting lag more than me.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways, we did our introductions. Today we're revisiting the subject of Evil Dead. We're also getting back into our flow because we've been all kind of in our separation arcs for the past few weeks. I was a victim of some stupid crap, which is why we're currently still broadcasting off a different channel, and some other things are still being sorted out. But in the meantime, with all these things being handled, today we're discussing a classic, one of the sleeper hits of all time. And hopefully this time my audio is on point, and if anybody out there listening in TV land or radio land can hear this, you can go ahead and let me know if my audio is not right. So, we're discussing the classic Evil Dead. Scotty doesn't know that some demons put the book in the cabin. So, last time we were on here, it was like almost a year ago or some change now. We didn't really get a chance to fully deep dive into this one. So I'll give it to my understanding the best way I can deep dive into it. It's essentially one of the OG Cabin in the Woods movies, right? Evil Dead. Like the whole notion, right? Monster coming out in the woods. One of the things that I also want to bring up, and I'll ask you guys in a little more to talk more about it. This one to me is always going to register on a personal level. Evil Dead, because it was one of the first franchises that I was really into as a kid. Growing up, everybody at some point rented this movie because it was one of those like everybody had to watch it, but it wasn't available in every theater when it first came out. So when you finally got your hands on it, it was like this coveted prize. Like it was so rare at the time. Like to see something like that. Everybody had seen it or knew of it by word of mouth in its entirety. So crazy to see that. Even to this day, we only had like, it's not the same accomplishment as it once was. You know what I mean? So the whole plot and premise of this one is very simple, very quick. I'll summarize it, and I'll let you guys get in your opinions on it. Bunch of kids go and rent out a cabin for some reason in the winter to go chill out in. I think it's just an excuse for them to go drinking. And as they're in the cabin, hanging out and drinking, they get spooked with the giant trap door. Much like the white folk that they are, instead of closing the door back up and saying, forget this, they decide, let's go check it out. They find a weird book, a tape recorder, and decide this would be a good idea to see what's on here. And play the tape for everybody to hear. Kanda. Estratus Nosferatu Kanda. Shut it off. Kanda. Shut it off! Kanda. Then the window breaks. I don't blame her. She didn't have anybody to hold her. The other two ladies had Scotty and Ash holding them. She freaks out. She runs out into the woods later on in the night. Gets sexually assaulted by some woods, and she turns into a demon. And then hilarity ensues. So, that's the most basic, brutal plot of Evil Dead I can give you in a 10-second breakdown. I'm now going to open up the floor to you guys, whoever wants to go first, not everybody all at once.
Hold on
this one. I'm doing it how I want to do it. I'm going to flow.
You can't say not everyone all at once right after you said who wants to talk. You can't say who wants to talk. Not everyone all at once. Free country. You need to let the silence go, and then you say not everybody all at once.
This is a
That's
free
the
country.
way it goes.
I thought this was America. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought I was in America. And this is America? I thought I was in America. I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
I am free to think that the way you're exercising your freedom is wrong.
But you are not free to infringe on my way of expression. I thought this was America. I thought this was America.
I'm not infringing on your means of expression.
Well, I stand up for myself. I thought this was America. I'm sorry.
This is a robust debate. This is exactly what was envisioned at the founding.
Yeah, it was. And then, people get really out of hand, then they get very extreme, and then they go listen to Alex Jones. And the world decides
the Boston Tea Party.
Alex Jones thinks it's the Boston Tea Party. It's just a bunch of sad old fat men that, peaked in high school. That's all it is. Sorry.
Did they even peak?
Yeah, just to imply that they peaked means that they actually accomplished something. So no, they didn't even peak, no.
Maybe not.
Reality.
Everybody peaks at some point.
Yes.
Anyway, so
let that sit there for an awkward second.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't grow up with this movie, and I think part of the reason why is because I just realized this. It's rated NC-17. I don't think that rating existed in 1981, but at some point between then and now, it got the rating of NC-17, which is very rare.
In the UK, it was in the video nasties section for a long time. Those are the banned movies.
Oh, I thought you meant it was considered pornographic.
No, those are the banned movies, the video nasties, which means that they're banned in the UK. You can't buy, distribute, or rent it. However, since it's legal maybe like next door over in France or legal over in Italy, any UK salesman worth his salt just will reach out to these people and then rent the movie out, under the table. Be like, we have it. Back when it was like the independent video scene, right? You just get your hands on it and call it a day. It wasn't too tough to get your hands on it because it wasn't like an illegal contraband type movie. It was just one of those movies that like the UK government said, we don't want it and we're out. In the US, it was rated X at first. I hate yawning. Rated X at first, and then something happened where I think they appealed it and the standards went down and it was a hard R. A hard R is tough for a lot of people because like, oh, we can't really do much with this. Yeah, you can. The thing is, when you got a hard R, it just means that you can't rent it out in a video store without ID, and you can't sell it to somebody without ID. But it's weird is that in my childhood recollection, I used to buy a lot of these fucking movies all the time. And cared.
not every convenience store cards. It's probably a similar situation.
Yeah, like nobody cared. Like that was one of the interesting parts to me is like nobody gave a shit when I was a kid. Blockbuster did give a shit. Like you couldn't go to Blockbuster and rent a rated R movie like that. But you could go over to like Nickelodeon Video, throwback for anybody in my family from 94. Go to Nickelodeon Video and they didn't give a fuck. They just rented it out to you. Like, all right, we need the money to keep this place flowing. And they just rented it out. Like there was no real like resistance or anything like that when you wanted to rent these kinds of movies. But what was fascinating about Evil Dead was they adjusted it, or the standards got adjusted, and it went back out into rotation. And then it became the most stolen video in history because people were legit just like stealing the VHS copy and not taking it back and keeping it because a lot of people just wanted to get their hands on this movie. It was very fascinating to see. Mm-hmm. You would not get that nowadays. Like that's just one of those things where I hate to sound like an old timer. Like you had to just be there for that. You only know that if you grew up in the era of rentals. Like if you didn't grow up in the era of rentals, you're not going to get how distinguish it is that like
Yeah.
people are stealing these movies, you know?
Yeah, well, because in rentals there's competition for copies. With streaming, there's no competition for copies. It's
No.
like anybody can watch it from anywhere.
Anyone can watch it from anywhere, and on top of that, anyone can watch it from anywhere. It's like this. How do I put it? It's not as man. Why is the word failing me today?
Isn't he like a loading screen on top of your head right now?
There's a term I'm trying to figure out for this. Nowadays, it's not as prominent as what I'm looking for. Because with streaming, everybody can just click on and get it. Whereas back in the day with those physical copies, we're starting to see a rise in that again, though. I have a feeling before the decade's out, we may see a slight return to form for physical media. I've seen a lot of stories about people that are out there doing their best to revive some of their old shit. I'm actually I'm in there with them. So I found my old iPod from like 06, and I'm like trying to see if I can get that revived. See what kind of music I used to listen to 20 years ago when I used to use it all the time.
I talk to it. He'll listen to me.
Yeah, I mean they still print CDs, you know.
Yeah, I know.
There's still a market for it apparently.
My sister-in-law buys fucking K-pop CDs like nobody's business because they have little hook exclusive cards in them that people go and buy for thousands upon thousands of dollars for the exclusivity, right? I am in the wrong racket.
I would like to question how can someone afford this on a constant basis, but you know what? It's fine. I don't need to answer that. Have that question answered. I know where my limit is. I know where my lane is.
Mm-hmm.
Right over there.
But there are people that like they spend thousands of dollars on these cards, kind of like right now what's going on with Pokemon. Like there's all these people out there that are spending thousands of dollars on Pokemon cards. You're like, why would you do that to yourself? They're just money.
I mean, like the classic ones that we were told would be worth a lot of money later in life.
When they are now worth a lot of money.
So,
and then there was a store that got held up in Brooklyn at gunpoint a couple days ago.
oh my gosh.
Seriously,
Shotgun.
what the hell?
Shotgun. They wouldn't use like a regular pistol. It was like they went in there with like heavy artillery to some Pokemon tournament and started knocking over the cards. I heard they even left all the money in the register and shit. They just took the Pokemon cards. New York had a Florida man story. That's some shit. That's some shit you would hear about in Florida, not even New York.
That's a Florida man thing. Yeah. It's New York, though. We have every kind of person there is all around the world.
Fucking. I was so ashamed of my city when I heard that. I'm like, God damn it.
We're Spider-Man when we need him.
Yeah, we're better than
no,
this.
We're not.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. We're better than this. You're
Clearly
supposed to
not.
steal
They
the money
proved you
out of the
wrong.
register, not the fucking Pokemon. I guarantee you some asswipe import that did it. It was in Brooklyn. That's where all the fucking imports go. All right? All of them go to Brooklyn because they saw it on some stupid movie that they thought was cute, and they think that it's going to be the place you go find yourselves. You don't find yourself in this fucking city, okay? This city is full of shit and horror, and only people like me can survive here because I'm a very unpleasant person on and off camera.
Let's back up a second. Let's not just assume that it wasn't in Staten Island first. Don't just go straight to Brooklyn.
I heard it was in Brooklyn. They were having some fucking card tournament, Pokemon card tournament in Brooklyn. And these guys went in with a shotgun and an axe or something and told everybody to put their hands in the air. And they put all the Pokemon cards in the fucking in the bag. And then on top of that, they made the guy go open the safe and get out the more expensive Pokemon cards while they were at it, like he was fucking John Dillinger. I don't know why you would do this for Pokemon cards.
It does sound like... So, you remember in The Sopranos when Christopher is short on the money that he needs to kick up to Paulie, and so he holds up a charity event.
Yep, I remember.
This would have been even funnier.
Yep, that would have been fun. That would have been funnier. Would have been a lot better too. I would have laughed my ass off on that one.
It might have been a little too weird for The Sopranos, but it happened
Well, I
in real life.
remember there is an episode where they talk about Pokemon cards in The Sopranos. And, like, Chris says it like in a very weird way. It's like Pokemon cards. You heard of these Pokemon cards, Paulie? Nah. Say they're gonna be worth a lot someday. Well, now they are.
What the fuck you mean? Pokemon.
Fuck you mean Pokemon cards?
It sounds Italian.
Fuck you mean Pokemon cards? Huh?
Pokemano.
That better not get a revival.
We lost all our Italian listeners. Yeah.
Oh, the one. Yeah, actually, let me stop.
The one.
Mia disculpa. Noi non siamo razzismo contra italiano. Bene, molto bene.
Where's my subtitles button?
What?
So, on Evil Dead, the thing that stands out most to me is the camera work and just how singular it is and how wild that must have been to see in 1981 with like the camera speeding through the woods, and it's just like it's a really, really cool technique, and it became Sam Raimi's calling card for a lot of his movies because he really develops it further in Evil Dead 2, and you see it a lot in Drag Me to Hell. It's kind of like his signature technique, sort of like Sam Peckinpah's slow motion falls. You see that a lot in his movies, and it's sort of like that's how you know that it's a Peckinpah movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a really effective technique because sometimes the camera is like chasing people. Sometimes people see what's coming at them, but you never see what they're seeing. So it's almost like the camera is from the point of view of the evil itself. It's not something that the evil is possessing. It's not one of the trees. It's not one of the people. But it's sort of like the raw force itself that's coming at them. And I think that's just a really effective technique.
No, what was actually pretty interesting about that technique is the way they got it done. You know, that movie was the whole Evil Dead is shot on a budget, right?
Uh-huh.
All of Evil Dead is shot on a budget.
Pretty razor thin budget too.
Yeah, very razor thin budget.
Was it self-funded or did they have any backers?
Self-funded.
Mm-hmm.
So, to my understanding, it was self-funded, but they shopped it around. They shopped the concept around at a film festival. So there's another movie out there, which they're very protective of because it goes up and then it comes down. Then it goes up again, then it comes down. The concept for Evil Dead was this movie called Within the Woods. And it also starred Bruce Campbell because they were all friends. Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, Robert Tappert, this fourth guy's name I always fucking forget. They decided that after films that they were going to go ahead and bypass film school and just make this on their own. And they made a 30-minute movie with a really crappy camera where Bruce Campbell becomes his demon and he starts terrorizing his friends. That's the premise for Within the Woods. So after they do this, they turn around and they shop it around at indie films through college campuses. And they get noticed by someone who's like, if you guys can deliver me a full movie, you got something. We'll help you with distribution and shit. So they pretty much sold some of their stuff and did like a crowdfund or something, but back in the day, kind of like fundraiser. And they went and shot the movie with a bunch of their friends. So like everybody on that production, they're all friends and they're getting paid very little to be there because some of them are like doing this while they're on winter break in college. Some of them are doing this while, you know, maybe going to work the same day. And a lot of them are, for a little while there, they had to move into the cabin because they had no idea what they were doing. They didn't know how much the budget was going to be. They didn't know where to get props because there was no internet back in the day. So you needed to know where to go buy movie props. So they're not using props in this movie at all. They had to figure out manually how to jerry rig a lot of the stuff. So a lot of the stuff that you see, like that camera movement, a lot of it is Sam Raimi is holding that shit on some kind of dummy bag or a stick or something, and he's just running for it with the stabilizer on the stick. That's how the effect is done. I'm dead serious.
How does that work?
He has like some kind of fucking stick, right? And to my understanding, he's on a stick. He has a stick, and he's in a wagon or something. And there's a guy pushing him from behind as he's holding the stick to the wagon out.
And do they speed it up?
And some of it is sped up in post. Some of it is not. But or like in the one scene, I think, like if you pay close attention, you can see that the camera has the tripod over it. So that's how the door is being busted down as it's moving.
Yeah.
And then the door is being busted again. If you look closely, you can see the tripod pushing the door open. Because that's the only way they could perfect the shots to do that technique. And I think like the final shot, they were on a wagon. And it pushed in all the way until you see Bruce Campbell's, it zooms in on Bruce Campbell's face. And it's like, he freaks out. You know, that's for like end credit roll scene. Like that whole scene was pretty cool. Evil Dead made me want to do films someday. Make films someday when I was a kid, yeah.
It does. It makes film look attainable.
Because it is when you start to look at what these guys are doing. That's a good
reason for. Sorry.
Well, when you see how these guys did it doesn't make it as intimidating anymore.
Yes. Yeah, because you can see how they would have done it. That's the thing that's one of the things that's changed, like pretty generally about technology, is that it used to be things, the tech we would see in movies and the tech we even used every day was stuff that you could kind of figure out how it worked, or if you couldn't figure it out, someone would explain it to you in a way that was satisfying. So the example that I've heard is like the way that cameras used to work. You could take apart a camera to see all the moving parts, to see how a camera worked. But you can't take apart an iPhone. There's really no way that I think that I would ever learn. There's nothing I could learn about an iPhone that would really make me feel like I know how it works. That's kind of my sense of that's kind of my sense of an iPhone. And maybe you could still imagine how a movie with a lot of CGI and a lot of really advanced special effects is made, but it doesn't. It's not as intuitive as looking at the practical effects in a horror film from the 80s, where it's still impressive. It's still artistic. It's still beautiful in some ways, but you can still you can kind of take a pretty good shot at how they did it. Or even if you can't, it's a lot more interesting to learn about how they did some sort of screen trick without computers than just hearing, we did it with software.
So in the 80s ones a lot, because they do a lot of these cool camera angles and camera tricks to make the film shine. Whereas today, right, like you just see them, the effect, man. I get it. But we know that Robert Downey Jr. is just wearing pajamas in that fucking thing. And he dresses up as Iron Man. That's all he's doing. He is just wearing pajamas. That's it. I've seen it. They've ruined everything for everyone at every point in time. Fuck them. Long live Hayao Miyazaki. Fuck this. But anyway, did I say fuck this? I just want to say one more time.
I do not wish to make powerful enemies.
Oh, I have enough powerful enemies. Oh, look at me. I make movies that are mediocre, but a bunch of people think that they're great. Fuck you. I took all the Final Fantasy characters out of Kingdom Hearts. So they could have Frozen. It was a terrible level anyway. A moron spotted. Fucker. Fucking mouse. Fuck Disney.
I wonder when you will learn the lesson not to fuck with things beyond your power and control.
Never. All right, that's why I find myself on Silent Hill all the time. That's exactly why. What? That's
the views expressed. The views expressed on this podcast are not necessarily reflective of the views of this pod. Shit.
Just put the two members.
Okay.
I'll correct this. Red and Bolt's views are not reflective of me, Punk, and Jax. They are much worse than mine. They just keep it quiet behind off cameras as most adults should.
Whoa, no. That was not in the manual. Damn it, I need to send you both to HR training again.
HR training.
Sorry, PR training, not HR training. That's
PR.
a different matter.
I wish I could go to HR training. HR people get to live cushy jobs all day and listen to people complain.
Okay, doing nothing and having a cushy job are two different things. Surprisingly.
Sounds cushy to me.
Not when people are ready to break your neck for not doing your job. Cushy means they can't touch you.
I agree to disagree. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Well, I'm getting myself back into my groove here. Because you know what? Fuck Disney. They never gave Bruce Campbell any more roles after he was in Tarzan, and now we can't even watch the one time he came out in Tarzan. So that's one of the other things I wanted to bring up today.
Bruce Campbell was in Tarzan?
And
Yeah, what the
Tarzan
heck did that
TV series, TV cartoon series. Yes, he was. He didn't
Based on the movie?
Yep, there was cartoons based on the movie, but for some reason Disney hates those cartoons and they won't put them on Disney Plus. They hate those cartoons and they hate the cartoons for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. But they refuse to put them up on Disney Plus. So even though those cartoons were better than that horrible fucking movie that they dropped a couple years ago for Buzz Lightyear, they still refuse to put it up on Disney Plus. Make it make sense to me. Those cartoons for Buzz Lightyear Star Command were like Guardians of the Galaxy before Guardians of the Galaxy was a thing. I'm serious. Go look it up. Go look up Buzz Lightyear Star Command, like the 2000s cartoons. It's up on YouTube for free. For me to be praising something from Disney after I just said fuck them a whole bunch of times, I'm giving you a reason.
Well, you had me at free.
They are on YouTube, I believe, for free. But I know Buzz Lightyear. I know Bruce Campbell was in one of them, though. He was in the Tarzan show. He did the voice for an episode. He was also... He had a bunch of other stuff. And the reason why we're talking about... I'm bringing up Bruce Campbell right now is because recently he was diagnosed with some bad news that he was very public about. And I also realized that we messed up the last time we did Evil Dead. And here's hoping that somehow he gets the right version eventually for Evil Dead. He gets to hear us on the right point. Go ahead and say something that, for the one time in this whole podcast, we're covering a subject for someone I'm not going to bash, even though he is open for a lot of fucking bashing and bashful fronts. I saw some of his movies in prep for this over the week. I saw My Name is Bruce, which is a very funny meta movie of his. If you can track it down, I suggest you watch it.
My Name is Bruce.
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically, he plays himself and he gets recruited to go stop a demon at a small town or some shit. But there's a bunch of these movies out there.
The first Bruce Campbell movie that I ever saw was not Evil Dead. Do you know what it was?
Congo?
Bubba Hotep.
Oh, really? That late?
Yep, it was the first one I ever saw.
That late? Damn. I saw Bubba Hotep one day when I was like really, really tired after finals on cable.
It's a weird movie.
Oh, it is. That's what happens when you mix LSD and crack. You get Bubba Hotep.
You get Bubba Hotep. You get Bruce Campbell playing a guy in a nursing home with the belief that he is Elvis.
Oh no, he is Elvis.
The official story is that he's an Elvis impersonator whose alter ego kind of consumed his whole sense of himself, and now he believes he's Elvis, and he needs to fight a hillbilly mummy with a black man who believes himself to be John F. Kennedy.
I thought that the actual story for that was he is Elvis.
The ending implies that he is.
that he is Elvis, and he was getting tired of the big. He never liked the attention, so he swapped with one of his best impersonators. But that guy had a drug addiction problem and wound up dying. And then people thought that the real Elvis was dead, so then he just kind of lived on in the other guy's name. But then he got hurt, and then his career was done anyway, but now he doesn't have access to all that real Elvis money because the real one died. The other guy died, so he's kind of left up the shit's creek without a paddle, as they say. Oh, man.
Many things going on in that. I'm just like, Ooh, eventually this will make a documentary.
If it hasn't already. But poor Bruce Campbell got some bad news, and I'm like, yeah, hopefully he's around for a lot longer. Very fascinating dude who I feel Hollywood never gave the best shake. And I'm also annoyed that some people know him as Pizza Papa and only Pizza Papa and not as Ash Williams. It pisses me off. He did one cameo, one of them fucking MCU movies.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
I hate.
That's right. Let the hate flow through you. Let it flow.
This stupid country. Anyways. So what are your guys... I'm the one rambling here. What are your guys' thoughts on a lot of the stuff that this guy has done, and opinions, the movies, Evil Dead, anything? Go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm going to take a step back here and just listen for a bit. I don't smoke. If not, I would totally open up a smoke right now and just watch you guys talk. Do I smoke? No. I'm going to
open up a beer.
I'm going to take a Tylenol.
A Tylenol?
Take enough of these to get you high. So. There we go.
Okay. I don't need to say that we don't. So, but you know what? I'm not even bother at this point. I'll just settle it at this point.
What?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around like why a cabin in the woods in the middle of winter or wherever the hell that took place in the story, because it's like I'm not sure about you guys, but like the last place I want to go if it's winter is a freaking cabin in the woods, especially if it's potentially haunted.
Well, it's better than camping.
Yes.
Oh,
Fuck camping in a tent, man.
I've camped in the dead of winter in the Rockies. And yes, it was for work. It was not for recreation.
At least you're getting paid.
Take it from me. Cabin sounds lovely. In winter.
I didn't know you could get paid to go camping willingly.
I'm pretty sure he was in charge of monitoring some shit.
Speaking of Evil Dead, I was on a chainsaw crew. So,
speaking of chainsaws, you know that chainsaw he's holding over that girl in that movie is for real? That was a live chainsaw.
It was a real chainsaw, but does it have the chain on
it?
It
Did. They didn't know how to take the chain out. And they needed the sound effect.
Because you can rev it without the chain on.
They didn't
there
know
was
that.
a guy. There was a guy this one Halloween, in a mask, running around Amityville chasing people with a chainsaw that didn't have the chain on it.
That's a good way to get shot.
He did get in trouble.
Yeah.
He made the local paper, the Amityville Record. So yeah,
that's a good way to get shot. Yes, my personal opinion. That's like 101. Wave the chainsaw around at the wrong guy with the boomstick in his fucking truck. You're done.
It depends on which part. It depends on which part of the country.
Amityville, particularly one of those ones. That might happen to you in Amityville.
Yeah. Don't do that in rural Colorado.
They'll definitely get shot in rural Colorado.
Yeah.
It's America. Yeah. There are more guns than people out here. Shit. Like those clowns. A lot of people don't like to talk about why we didn't see those clowns from 2016 anymore. That's because there's a bunch of people that took out to the street and started beating the shit out of them. That's what happened.
I do want to do like a whole episode on that.
On clowns?
I want to do that too. That'd be funny. I want to see if I can track down one clown. Just one clown.
People.
I want to track down one fucking clown and talk to the clown.
I don't want you. No. I don't trust you tracking down the clown. Knowing your luck, you'll track down the one psychopathic clown, and then holy shit, we're on the 5 o'clock news, and we're running for our life from a freaking clown man. I don't know how. I don't know why. But he's gonna somehow get all of us, and we're gonna be in a freaking horror movie. I don't need that right now.
Okay, if anyone we don't need to be afraid of being hard, it's us. You know how many hours we log in Dead by Daylight?
I don't think showing a flashlight in a clown's face is gonna work here.
It does. We just hit them with it.
Oh my goodness.
Security guards do it all the time. They hit fucking people with flashlights all the time, and they can stop them. If it's good enough for Paul Blart, no, fuck him. If it's good enough for Ronnie Barnhart, it's good enough for me. Fuck Paul Blart.
He's trying to get us cool.
That's all I said. Fuck Paul Blart. But we can do it. No scary.
Let me rephrase. Just because we could possibly do it doesn't mean we should.
Well, all I want to do is talk to one of those clowns. They can wear their clown makeup, come on here, and talk to us about the time that they did the clown shit.
No, that's the line. You can't wear the clown makeup.
Come on. Live a little. Let them wear the makeup. Cool.
Yes, I plan to live a little longer by avoiding men in clown makeup.
God, fine.
Because, this was all guys. There are some things that only men will do. This is one of them.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I want to be able to have killer clowns on. That's all. Is it such a crime to want to talk to some guy who dressed up as a killer clown? I don't think so.
John Wayne Gacy the second, yes.
As a killer clown. I want to talk to a reformed clown. I want to talk to a sober clown. A clown who went through some sort of clown recovery program.
You mean rehab?
Rehab, yes. Clown rehab, thank you.
Fine. Y'all track the clown down then. Don't trust me tracking down the fucking clown.
Hell no.
So
I know better.
Okay, so you guys want to do something on the reformed clowns. You want to talk to... You don't trust me to go find the clown. You think if I bring the clown back, it's going to be a murderous clown.
Yes.
You have little faith. Bullshit.
Because you would prefer the murderous clown.
And why not? It would be fun to talk to the murderous clown. He has some stories to tell.
I'll make you a deal. If you can manage to not find yourself in Silent Hill for 3 straight days, you can find your murderous potential clone.
That's asking a lot. It happens all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Now. I think I already got another abandoned house. I had 2 abandoned houses today. One of them looked like Freddy Krueger was in the first one, and the second one looked like it was burned down. Actually, it was burnt down. I had to go on top of the fucking house. So the first one looks more like the Myers house. The second one looks like where they burnt Freddy Krueger in the fucking basement. Both houses look all screwed up.
So what you're telling me is you're branching out into other horror franchises when you still couldn't handle Silent Hill. Is what you're just tripling your death rate. Is what? Right, where's that turn?
My hero is Bruce Campbell, and I'm becoming a real life version. Right? I'm coming across all these weird ass movies. Fucking going around into these horror things. You know that they wanted it. You know what one of the canceled spin-offs was for Evil Dead? They're supposed to be a part of another spin-off series. So y'all remember Freddy vs. Jason?
Yes.
So the spin-off was supposed to be apparently they laid the groundwork for this in Jason Goes to Hell. The spin-off was supposed to be they keep fighting in hell or something. And when they're fighting in hell, Pinhead pops up, and Pinhead is, "May I ask what you two are up to?" Right? At which point, Ash Williams is driving past the fucking cabin, driving down the street, minding his own business, and his car gets sucked to where they're all at, and now it's up to Ash to fight against Freddy, Jason, and Pinhead, and get out of that one alive. That was the actual proposed spin-off.
So you've got Pinhead. Where does Dirty Dan come in?
Who? I don't want to do my dirty work no more.
I'm tired of your dastardly deeds, Dirty Dan.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking Steely Dan, not Dirty Dan.
Who you calling a pinhead?
You pinhead. Yeah. Oh, boy. Fucking. Sorry. This is where I get mad at Hollywood. Because even though that movie wouldn't have been that good, it still would have been a good movie. I still would have watched it.
It would have been fun to watch.
Yeah, I would have watched that. I got
Yes.
dragged to see Freddy vs. Jason like 4 times that summer.
And the thing about the hokey, the sort of hokey horror movies is that they're not classically good to begin with, so you can have fun with them.
Yeah, but that's the point, though. Like Flesh Eater.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with Flesh Eater. It wasn't a good movie. It was more fun dissecting and tearing that shit apart.
To watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No. And, I mean, what is a good movie other than one that's fun to watch?
Exactly. I mean, Bruce Campbell had another one. You know what? Just for that, we should revisit Flesh Eater.
You can't make me. I'm going to go out for maintenance that day.
You're always out for maintenance. You got a maintenance reach around from Carl Urban last year. You're still good on the mileage. Shit.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Makes sense to me. That's all that matters. Knowledge is power.
There was no knowledge whatsoever in that statement.
Yeah, there was.
Now you're just saying stuff that makes just a viewer thinking we're just talking about fan fiction at this point.
We kind of are. That was a proposed thing, though, and it got canceled. Which I'm kind of upset about. I would have liked to have seen that.
That's what reboots are, really. It's just kind of like fan fiction that becomes canon.
Yep. I hate yawning. One part of the human body, the human function.
Because with a with a reboot, it's typically not the original creators that are rebooting it. So like the Picard series or something like that. That's kind of fan fiction because those guys are Star Trek fans and they wanted to write something with Picard. It just happens that Patrick Stewart was willing to play him, but it's not Gene Roddenberry. I don't think that really anybody from the original creative team was involved in that.
I thought Star Trek as a whole is no longer any of the OGs anymore on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Except for that fat bastard William Shatner. When he's not selling you Priceline.com, he's trying to find a way to get Captain Kirk back.
Excuse me. It's Will Shat now.
What is it?
Can I do it later?
Will Shat.
Will Shitner?
Again, can I do it?
Don't take that as the past tense of don't take that to mean William defecated. No, it's
William Shitner. I heard it.
It's an abbreviation of William Shatner.
Yeah, William Shitner. Bastard. Fuck William Shatner.
Hold on.
Yes, he's the Priceline guy, just a viewer. He can't sing, but he talks to sing.
Talks to sing.
I am dead serious. Go listen to William Shatner's covers.
Yes, yeah. Rocket Man.
Yep, you stole it right out of my mouth. And it's gonna be as a kite.
It's the weirdest thing you've ever heard in your life.
And they fucking Family Guy replicated. It was weirder for some reason.
Rocket Man. Burning out his
fuse. I'm here alone. Oh God.
Family Guy ever make fun of Evil Dead?
I feel like they have.
There's just about everything.
I know they made fun of Friday the 13th a few times.
Yeah, that's just too easy. Can't just do it more than once.
So apparently he was in the quest for stuff. And that was about it.
Quest for Stuff. That was like a working title.
It was it was one of the Family. It was like Family Guy's response to Simpsons. That Simpsons game where you did the ant farm. You had to rebuild Springfield. Know what I'm talking about?
You know,
I forgot the name. Simpsons Tapped Out. There you go. Oh, there are Freddy versus Ash comics. What up, Surfer 669? Ooh,
oh my
these
goodness.
comics are still a thing. I have to go track these down now.
How much do they cost?
I have no idea. They're from like '08 and they're probably out of print.
What are we talking about?
There's Evil Dead, Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comics. So the story did get told in comic book form. He's back in Pog form. You remember Evil Dead, John? He's back in Pog form. One day I gave those to Damien for his birthday. He just looked like he wanted to strangle me. Like, remember Alf? He's back. I handed him Alf Pogs in Pog form. He's like, that was not worth the meme. I'm like, yes, it is. But yes, back to Bruce Campbell and Evil Dead, where we said not very much of. Oh boy, I feel like there should be more to say about this.
Well,
My favorite movie of his is still was it Black Friday? Yeah, that is still my favorite.
I mean, that was the other movie we watched with him. Yes.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to watch Maniac Cop. That was one of that was another like 80s slasher villain that had a lot of potential and it was abandoned like after 2 or 3 movies. Robert Davi's Maniac Cop, a slasher police villain or whatever the hell. Bruce Campbell was in the first one. That yes. So any other thoughts on Evil Dead? Anything at all? Anything.
I have a question. Where have you heard about the 2 new Evil Dead property stuff coming out? Evil Dead Burn and Evil Dead Wrath.
Wrath, I haven't heard much. I heard a little bit about Burn, and then the last thing I heard, which now I'm kind of worried isn't going to happen, was that they were supposed to be continuing Ash versus the Evil Dead in animated format. And I remember the concepts and everything were discussed, but now with Bruce Campbell being sick, I wonder if that's going to come to fruition now.
Yeah, would the fans accept it if it weren't Bruce Campbell doing the voice?
Maybe, but not really. He's voiced Ash.
Dead. If he's alive, though, yeah.
It's like I know he's always voiced Ash. Like ever since I was a kid, like even in all the video games, he's always done the voice of Ash. So it'd be weird to not have him voice Ash anymore.
Yeah.
That would be a tough one. Oh man, that was alright. So I'm gonna share a bit of a personal thing. So when I was a kid, Evil Dead was like my first. Not a lot of people are into like Warhammer and all these things, right? Like most kids, like their first thing nowadays is like Pokemon, and they love to collect all the stuff. For me, I was a weird child. It was Evil Dead. I was a very big fan of the Evil Dead franchise ever since I was a little kid. In 2002, they dropped this game called Evil Dead Hail to the King. And I bought that, and I played the shit out of that. And then after that, I played a bunch of other games. But I'm actually going to go further back in time. When we were little kids, we used to play Evil Dead with my cousins. We used to put on the movie. Well, a minute. You think with AI and existing voice, I might be able to... They could, but right now, like the whole AI thing is finicky. I wouldn't start messing with that if I were a studio with dead, like passed away celebrities. But anyways, to the point I was saying before, we used to actually like play Evil Dead as kids. We used to pretend that like the VHS tape was the scene, right, where they're playing the recording stuff. And my cousin used to sit there in the doorway. She used to like actually sit down in the doorway and do like the creepy smile. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Another one of my cousins would sit down by the door and do the whole Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Clubs. Like, now that I hear about that bad news, like all these memories come back flooding to when we were kids, and it's like time just doesn't stop, man.
It's not.
It just keeps on going.
But it helped, I think, in a weird, twisted way, it helps bring you closer to the things that you love. Even things that you might not expect it to love as much as you thought you did.
Yeah, like I could go into my living room right now and come back with a piece of Evil Dead memorabilia because, like, that was just how big a fan I was of it when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh wow, the dude who is sort of responsible for a lot of my imaginative stuff. Even if something else that I'm working on, like I think of Bruce Campbell's head, one of these characters I'm writing out. And I'm like, oh yeah. That same sort of like brag mouth energy that even up until recently I've been doing in Evil Dead, in Dead by Daylight when we're playing. I have that like fucking attitude where I walk up to a killer.
To be fair, that was brought on by a completely different set of events.
I know. But it's like, where do I get that energy from? When I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of the Evil Dead movies, and I walk in there like, all right, she bitch, let's go. Yeah, I proceed to get horribly butchered, but it's still fun.
Yeah, 7 times out of 10, yeah. But those 3 times out of 10 is what you live for.
Yeah, well, that's funny. Oh, man. One of our viewers has actually been witness to this, John. When we play Dead by Daylight, you run from the killer most of the time, but there's a way to fight back. You just get a flashlight, you keep blinding them and hitting them about. So once in a while, I get fed up, and I decide to just go grab a flashlight and walk over and start pissing off the killer. We're now marked. We're marked men on Dead by Daylight. Like, there's a Discord server that has our names on a bounty board somewhere. Yeah, it happened.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You pissed off enough people on that game.
So we're in the game?
Yeah, in game, we pissed off a community of killers. So then they went
So
off game. Yeah, we went off game and put all our names on a fucking list somewhere except for one guy. All of us are on a list somewhere where they want a piece of us. They want a piece of us bad. Because we were trolling.
I mean, I was minding my own business.
Oh, no,
I was out
you
getting
start with that
groceries.
play the innocent Dave in the Woods act. You're like the fucking lead troll.
Yeah. You can't prove it. You can't prove it.
Oi, Surfer 669, you're on the commentary list over there. I know who you are. I want you to go ahead and give me some backup that this asswipe down here goes around trolling people left and fucking right all the time. Shit.
He doesn't have video proof. He can't prove shit.
God damn it. Where the hell is fucking Fat Master Flex when I need him? That's one of the other guys. That's the lead ringleader of this shit. He's the one that got us all in trouble in the first place.
Yeah, blame him, not me. I did nothing wrong.
And then who's right next to Fat Master Flex fucking doing everything right there when he finds it funny?
Yeah,
Oh,
you fucking jack.
Let me throw the fucking bomb down at him. And let me piss off the killer some more. So I decided to be like the... Crouch at the... see? There we go. Crouch at the gate. Crouch at the exit gate. They're pointing you out right there. Yeah, shit.
Everyone does that. That means
I
nothing.
don't. I'm the only one that bails. You guys crouch and then you throw a firecracker and bind the guy on the way out.
That's only for Chinese New Year.
You throw a flashbang. See? Crouch on the exit hatch.
Again, everyone does that. That doesn't mean I do that. And again, there's no video footage.
You do it all the fucking time. Don't make me start recording the Dead by Daylight session. I will.
You won't.
The hell I won't. I'll start recording them shits and uploading them up here on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. Yeah, shit.
You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, the fuck I won't. I'm gonna start recording these now. You fucked up. I'm gonna start recording these and all these sessions. Sorry, John. You have no idea what the hell we're talking about. But yeah, we just got some content that I'm about to start farming. Mm-hmm. Join me this week, folks, as I play as Ash Williams in Evil Dead, following a troll around. Down here, Inspector Detective Air Marshal 50 Cent.
I don't know who this person is, but you're saying they're kind of wrong.
I didn't add the part of the third. How the hell do you not know the person is and you said I had the title wrong? See?
I look at the message board sometimes.
Oh, God. Yeah, so this is the type of hijinks we're now up to in Dead by Daylight. We recruited our other buddy in this shit, too. He's on the hit list also. He's only been playing for 1 month. He's on the hit list now, too. 10?
And now his life is ruined.
He's on the hit list, too. He's been playing for, what is it, 3 weeks? And he's on the fucking hit list, too.
And we ruined his life. I'm not going to lie. We kind of ruined his life.
Stay tuned for Gassy Hallows Gaming, folks.
Anyways, enough of alleged terrible gaming conduct that you cannot prove.
The hell I can't prove it.
The hell I can't prove it.
I have a witness in the commentary section going ahead and attesting to what you just said. What I'm saying.
Paid actor. Paid actor.
Do I look like I got money to go around paying people? I'm broke as shit. I don't have stable income, unlike both y'all do. I have to depend on bad weather. I'm about to hopefully get some more work. Well, the terrible weather we've been having recently. But for the meantime, I'm a freelancer. I don't want to hear this shit. The missus is not happy hearing screams and killings, ugly killers in the game. There you go. See? They know.
Paid actor number 2. Can't prove shit.
You want my wife to come in here and kick the shit out of me like an it man? She'll do it. That's not a paid actor.
Before I say yes, how fast can I get to an airport?
You live on that part of the island. It'll take you at least 2 hours.
Plenty of time. I got this.
Here we go. I know you are. See, this guy, the one who's commenting, is the one who's on the fucking hit list. He's in the fucking hit list, and he knows exactly what we're talking about.
Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. We don't have visible proof of anything.
How the hell we don't? So yes, John. Back to Jason versus the Evil Dead. Although fun fact, Bruce Campbell was the first DLC that I bought in Dead by Daylight. The minute I saw you could play Ash Williams, I'm like, done, score, bye. Now I was going around being a hero, rescuing people off the hooks for all that 2v8 thing. That got me in trouble. Thanks to you assholes.
You picked being Ash over being Hank Hill.
You can't buy Hank
He's not
Hill.
Available. Yeah, you can't.
I know. That's Fortnite.
That's Fortnite.
Yeah.
Although it would be fun to be Hank Hill as a survivor, not gonna lie to you.
You know, like of all the fictional characters that I would trust in a survival situation, it would be Hank.
You know what?
Not Dale.
Hank, Dale, Boomhauer, and Bill would be 4 awesome survivors to play in Dead by Daylight.
Would be the ones that actually got them through it. So.
Go dang old bear trapping. Boom! Gassy House does not have insurance again. No, we don't.
I'll tell you what, man, that dang old Sumerian Book of the Dead, man, is going to go bring the demons out, man.
Dang old demons out. Boom, man. I didn't do my time. Do it. When I was a kid, I used to do impressions of all the Hank.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do much of anything but cut hair.
Hold on. Now, when I think I can still do it.
What's this book that's lined with human flesh?
I cannot do that around my baby. Oh my God, King of the Hill. So, back to Ash Williams, since we're about to hit the hour mark here. Any other thoughts on Bruce Campbell stuff or isms? I feel like we said, hey guys, we love Bruce Campbell. Then we're like, all right, now on to everything else. Me saying I wanted to be like Bruce Campbell was
very
that.
rambly episode.
It was.
Very rambly. Very rambly. This is going to require some heavy editing if we get a chance to do that.
Yeah, I'll leave it as is. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? Some episodes are rough.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell's whole career is just people rambling about him anyway.
Yeah.
Fun
If
fact.
you're a
this
real
is
fan,
fitting.
you'll love the. If you're a real Ghastly Hallows fan, you'll love the rough episodes as well.
Yeah. Fun fact. You know something weird about Bruce Campbell? A lot of people don't like talking about. You know he's an ordained minister, right?
In what church?
I forgot what church, but he legally has the right to marry people.
I mean,
authority to make marry
You know,
people.
you can take like a 5-minute test online for that.
So there's a funny
yeah.
story though with him. One time he was at a horror convention or some shit, and the person who was supposed to be marrying the family couldn't show up. They were sick. So the two people, the bride and the groom, approached him and they said, "Hey, we know you are ordained. You can do this. Can you do this for our wedding?" And he's like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure you want to go with the loved one or something?" "No, we wanted to do you. Like, what's your fee if you can just do it at our wedding because the person supposed to be here is not here?" So he goes like, "All right, you know, it shouldn't be too big a deal, right? Just go read it, maybe a little courtroom or whatever the hell, little area in the convention hall, right? Shouldn't be a big deal." When he gets there, the entire family is legit dressed up as zombies. And all the guests have zombie makeup on. And he's like, "I thought it was funny when the bride and groom did it, but when I get to the room and everyone, even the guests, are all wearing zombie makeup, I'm like, I am a total upgrade here now." I am the set piece here on this day for these people.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is wacky as shit, but all right. All right. Yeah, I am." That was one of the funnier moments of one of those things I saw the zombie documentary you mentioned. But yes. Any other fun ideas? Any other fun things anybody wants to say before I go ahead and play us out to anything I can think of?
I think that we have we've said everything that we want to say. Bold, do you have anything else?
I'm trying to think if I know people that I can convince to have a fake wedding so I can recreate that with Bruce Campbell now.
I tried to do it on my wedding. My wife said, "Hell no."
Oh, yeah, naturally.
A friend who invited Clint Eastwood to his Eagle Scout graduation ceremony.
It would have been cool if he actually would have showed up.
He didn't show up, but he did get he did get a letter back from his publicist or something.
Oh, neat. He's got something
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything back from half the people I sent stuff out to. My wedding. Bastards.
Mm.
My wife's like, "No, Bruce Campbell cannot marry us." I'm like, "Why not?"
No, there is also something that fans should keep in mind. There is a person's work, and then there's the person.
Mhm.
Just because you like their work doesn't mean you like them. Yeah, it's just like they're two totally separate things, really.
I choose to disregard that sound piece of advice because I'm immature. As far as I'm concerned, one day I will meet Johnny Depp and start drinking with him like if he were Captain Jack, even though he's a recovering alcoholic. Because my fantasy relies on that. And that's
I do still sometimes fall prey to the temptation to meet people that I admire. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to meet Rutger Hauer once. He was pretty cool. He got mad at me. That's the Blade Runner story. I already told you that story.
Who, Rutger Hauer?
Rutger Hauer. He got pissed at me.
Who's that?
You ever see Blade Runner?
Yeah.
He was Roy in Blade. He was like the android in Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I walk up to him, I hand him my Blu-ray to autograph, and then I'm like, so you know what I do for a living? He looks at me, he's like, no, you care to tell me something? I put GPS units on undocumented immigrants. Say it again. May he rest in peace. I put GPS units on, and I also give them an interview every week, every month. You a Blade Runner? I have the poster for it on my desk. Yes. I already signed this and took your money. Here you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You were real mad. That guy literally wanted to knock my
Maybe
fucking
that's
head
the
off.
best thing to do. Maybe that's the best thing to do when you meet someone whose work you like. You just like you don't want to find out who they really are, so you just intentionally piss them off.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
That is a choice.
Well, on that note, folks, I'm going to go ahead and sign us out here. I'm just go ahead and get my... All right, folks. It's nice to be back to form. Hopefully, we'll be able to get back to form and better stride as we get going back into the swing of things around here. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I am Pumpkin Jack, opening up the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. It's actually much less scary than half of the other things going on in the world nowadays. I'm accompanied today with my two co-hosts.
Dead Red.
And Evil Bolt.
Yeah.